Well, you know, you need to speak to Perry about this. He'll tell you some home truths. It does. Is your mic working there, mate?
Yeah, now it is. There we go. Hi, Will. I'm good, pal. You?
Beautiful. When Kendo Nagasaki passes away, I'll be mortified.
Is he still alive?
He is still alive.
Wow.
Yeah. He does a lot of work for. 2025, and the first of those quarterfinals is literally just a couple of minutes away from getting underway. Gian van Veen, the unseeded player from the Netherlands, who knocked out the reigning champion Luke Humphries in round one, about to take on James Wade, the machine, who won this tournament back in 2007, was the youngest ever winner of this tournament, has since finished as a runner-up 5 times, and is playing some of the best hearts he's played for quite some considerable time. Mace is with me, both here on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. And looking at the odds with our friends at William Hill, Mace, what do they say about this match and the outrights generally?
Yeah, they've gone Gian van Veen 8-13 favourite against James Wade. James Wade 13-10. This is a James Wade that's got a tournament average of, well, in excess of 103 against Van Veen, who's ticking along nicely at 96.75. And in our other match, which will follow Gian van Veen against James Wade, Stephen Bunting is even money. Jonny Clayton, the marginal favourite, at 4-5. In terms of the outrights, Littler's evens, Pricey 7-2, gotta like that. Josh Rock 7s, Gian van Veen 15-2, Jonny Clayton 11s, 12-1 Bunting. James Wade is 20-1, and Andrew Gilding's the 40-1 outsider of the field.
Gilding, who will play Luke Littler tomorrow night in one of the other quarterfinals that will bring you here on talkSPORT 2 and the YouTube page. Those were the very latest odds then with our friends at William Hill. Make sure you get epic value all throughout the tournament with William Hill. It's 18 plus. begambleaware.org, as always, is the website you can check out. The atmosphere in here, as ever, is terrific. A full house. The darts cognoscenti is here, waiting for 2 players who have been playing some very, very good stuff, but notably this youngster from the Netherlands, Gian van Veen, who came through the youth system the same time as Luke Littler and Josh Rock. I wouldn't call him a late bloomer because it's still pretty early in his career, Chris Mason, but it's been lovely to see how he's been able to handle the big stage experience and get to this stage.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think he could have started his quest a little earlier, but sensibly make sure he finished his university degree, and then he was working, and then he sort of wound that down a little bit to sort of 3 days a week, but yeah, now a full-time pro.
Where you can hear John McDonald, our Master of Ceremonies, about to welcome the 2 players onto the stage. Remember, we have our live chat going on our YouTube channel. If you've got any questions for Mace or myself, or indeed for Paul Nicholson and Laura Turner, who are going to be bringing you commentary on the other quarterfinal tonight, which we'll try and talk about when we get the chance. Stephen Bunting against Jonny Clayton, the Bullet against the Ferret. Then send them in, keep them clean, keep them pleasant, and we'll take a look at those on the YouTube channel during the course of our commentary. But Gian van Veen is waiting at the end of the walkway that leads him through past the the standard ticket payers to his right and the VIP area to his left, that ultimately leads to that stage at this brilliant, charismatic Empress Ballroom at the Winter Gardens. About 2,500 it holds for each session, including a balcony where people get an even better view of what's going on the stage. And
the balcony always reminds me of those sort of boxing venues where you just sort of look down into the action. And
York Hall, Bethnal Green.
Exactly what I was going to say. That's a perfect example where you literally, that is the best seat in the out, not ringside. And the balcony seating here, it's quite exclusive, but my goodness, what a view you get.
Van Veen on the stage and getting a very nice round of applause. He's been at some Blackpool schools this week doing a bit of bullseye maths lessons with local children, which is lovely to see.
Yeah, it's an initiative by the PDC to get darts into schools. I've done a couple of them for them. It's a great afternoon.
Well, the only player who's won this tournament before that is still standing is James Wade. So if he gets knocked out, there will be a new name etched onto the Phil Taylor Trophy come Sunday night when we bring you the final on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Thank you incidentally to the 15,000 of you that have subscribed to our Darts YouTube channel for all the content that we bring you. So many people were checking out our coverage of those two thrilling games last night. Luke Littler, Jermaine Watamina, and also Josh Rock against Michael van Gerwen, which were both exclusively on the YouTube channel last night. They were well worth subscribing for, those two games.
Yeah, a lot of people asking in the chat, what's the format? It's a race to 16, got to win by 2 clear. If it gets to 18 all, then it's a one-leg shootout. The breaks are 5, 10, 15
and 20. And if they get to, let me get this right,
18,
then they will have a short little pause before they then go for a sudden death leg. Evening Danson Mace says, Tam, I reckon GVV has got this. 16-12 for me. Quick question, how many breaks are there? Well, there we go, we've just told you. 5, 10, 15 and 20 for your breaks. And James Wade has finished his autograph signing.
Yeah, still on the walk-on, that's why you can hear music. There's no darts being thrown. I mean, they can play in some noise, but I'm not sure they could play with this little banger being
Listen to that
played.
little roar for James there, where he just, I mean, there's a proper interesting career arc for James Wade here. I mentioned that he won this tournament in 2007, made his debut in 2006. You played him.
I did. I played him on debut. Yeah, it was. I think it was a quarter-final. It was a quarter-final. My heaviest defeat ever in a World Matchplay.
I shouldn't have brought that up, should I?
That's right.
Sorry.
I'll just nip out and have a cry, and then I'll be back. I'll go and ring my psychiatrist up and see what he says.
It's a long way to Blackpool from where he is, I'm sure. So, James Wade, the left-hander from Aldershot, who has been playing some terrific darts. He's been a little bit abrasive in his post-match interview, saying that averages mean nothing. But he's got 103 tournament average. If he loses tonight and posts 102 average, I bet averages will matter then. At that point, if he goes out to Van Veen, who's...
Just if we do get to interview him, just tell him he was rubbish and then you'll get the truth. Yeah, this is the 11th meeting between the two. James, there's an interesting stat here we'll get out of the way before we get underway.
Go on then.
7-3 to James Wade in the head-to-head. They met twice this year, both in quarter-finals. Players' Championship 19 was the last one. James won it 6-4. He was 4-0 down, went on to win the tournament.
Yep.
The other time they met this year was Players' Championship 6, again a quarter-final. Gian van Veen won 6-2, and he went on to win the tournament. So whoever wins this match wins the tournament.
It's a lovely symmetry to that stat, isn't there? And we're underway on talkSPORT 2 in the YouTube channel. James Wade won the ball backstage, the number 9 seed. So he has the darts in the odd-numbered legs. Van Veen, the taller man, they both wear glasses. But Van Veen, good 6 foot plus.
100.
Typically Dutch.
Yeah. Wade, who we just saw footage of him winning in 2007 as that fresh-faced youngster. Got the stubbly beard, but still wearing that black regulation top with the machine on the back in that sort of car license plate design.
And don't forget, Bunting versus Clayton follows this one. 2 quarterfinals to bring you with the extended format. As James Wade pops in a 140, takes him down to 246. Opening leg of the match. Van Veen from 301, single 20, but he's lost the line with dart 2, but picks up a treble 19.
Wade looking to get down to a finish first of all. Lovely first dart on this visit, right in the middle of the treble 20 bed, but the second dart just deflects into small 20. Has to make do with a turn, but he's down at 146 when he returns. How much pressure can Van Veen apply from 219? The way his darts land, they're much flatter the way they land.
Yeah, they're actually below horizontal to the ground. They're quite like Phil Taylor's in terms of that kind of angle, but they're certainly below horizontal. So anything above the treble 20 is not good for him. He's got to go from the bottom of the treble, ideally.
But he's got 100 to break the throw with Wade on 46, but it won't go. He's hit a single one. 99 can't go. 57 and 10 take him down to a finish, but Wade wants 46. 6 for tops. He's inside double top, down for double 10 at 4 o'clock on the board, and he's inside double 10. So there is a chance for Van Veen to break here on double 16.
Yeah, rare miss at a double. He has a tournament percentage of 62, does James, but it is a steal for Van Veen. 17 dart break of throw, 2 missed at a double for James at his favourite tops and 10s.
Yeah, there was the first round match where he pretty much exclusively used tops and 10s all the way through and then won it with double 5.
Yeah, it was the only dart that he missed to end up on double 5.
Yes.
It was a incredible display of finishing.
These two also met in the semi-final of a European Championship a couple of years ago. Wade, he won a thriller, 11-9 in that semi-final, ended up losing the final to Snakebite. So there's a bit of history between these two. And Van Veen, who is, as I say, come through the PDC youth system.
He's a world youth champion. He's now too old to defend it, unfortunately.
Yep. He's in with the big boys from this point on, but he doesn't appear to be phased by that. Straight into the red bit with this visit. Looking for his first maximum of the night. Doesn't get it.
Wouldn't have left to finish anyway. He's down to 206. James 371. Van Veen leads with a break of throw. 2 treble 20s he found. This is our first max. Ooh.
He just dipped below, just underpitched that third dart, Wade. 2-3-1 for him. 206 Van Veen. They've thrown 9 darts apiece, less this visit from the Dutchman. And he will be down to a finish when he returns of 110.
Wade, he needs a 2 treble visit desperately. Although he should be going ball here. Well, he stayed and found another treble 20 to take him down to 91.
Bit of scoreboard pressure on Van Veen. He's got 90 left. Went for treble 18 and hit a single.
98. James,
and ends up down to a finish of double 6. But what can Wade do off 91? Treble 17 leaves tops. Why is it on the outside? One left in hand. And he's pitched it underneath again, as he did in the first leg.
Yeah, he had 2 darts at a double in leg 1. He's had 2 darts at a double in leg 2. Are we starting to find a bit of a pattern? Is there a theme to this game? Because that's back-to-back 17 darters that Van Veen has won, but only on the back of missed darts at doubles for James Wade.
Wade, he almost starts with his first maximum at the start of leg 3, but 140 again will have to do. Last year was Wade's best year in terms of earnings since he won this tournament back in 2007. Won over £350,000 in earnings last year, and of course this year he's won his first Players' Championship title, the floor tournaments with no audience and only a few cameras. His first such Players' Championship tournament win in 3 years.
Yeah, hence the reason he's so high in the rankings, and he's not got a lot to defend this year, so
no,
he will.
It's all gravy.
He will continue to climb. He's on target to get an automatic Premier League spot.
And in his typically abrasive fashion, he said, "I'll qualify for the Premier League, and then they'll change the rules so I don't get to play." Van Veen, who's also won a Players' Championship title this year, and much as he did on night one here, he beat Luke Humphries to do it. It's Wade's throw in this third leg. He's 2-0 down, but he's going to get down to a finish. Another 140 leaves him on 80 for the leg with Van Veen way back on 236.
Breaks after 5, 10, 15 and 20, so it's going to be quite disruptive, and well, it could play into the hands of James Wade, but he needs to get into this match. 80 left, single 20. Gets another, it's a blocker, moves left, he's got to dink it over the top. And again, another missed dart. Will this one be punished?
Much tougher outshot for Van Veen this time after a Wade miss. 96, make that 76. Comes down and hits one double 19, and hits double 19 again to take the third leg. And remember, that's not exhibition stuff anymore. It's not treated as such, because as Mace and Nico have regularly said in darts on the radio and darts on the tube, it's a bigger bed to aim at.
Absolutely, the double's twice as big, twice the size of the treble, and these players are so good at following that if the first one goes in, it's even acknowledged by James Wade. Nobody said Luke was number one. Nobody said Wade was number one last year. We said Luke was number one. I don't know where that's come from. There you go.
Anyway, Van Veen 3-0 up.
James Wade has had at least one dart at a double. Well, he had one dart at a double in leg 3 at tops, 2 in leg 2, and 2 in leg 1.
Still looking for his first max, and there it is. And he looks at the board as if to say, well, about time. Gian hasn't hit a maximum yet. He's coming down south to the 19th. Trebleless visit for the Dutchman. So a chance for Wade to break back here, Mace.
Yeah, and this is good stuff from James, because it is on the Van Veen throw. He's down to 54 after 9, a potential 11 dart leg. Well, James Wade, so far the better player of the two. Van Veen, the better finisher.
Again, he's inside tops by half an inch. He's been doing that all night so far. And he's outside tens, but luckily for James Wade, Gian van Veen still not down to a finish. He's on 196 less these. Again, he's coming down to the 19s and looking for a treble. 25 he's hit on the outer ring of the bull. It's double 10 again for Wade, his favourite double. Inside with the second dart, one dart at 5s. And he's inside 5s, he's got big double trouble. 10 darts at a double now, Mason, he's not hit one.
Yeah, there's just a look of absolute confusion on the face of James Wade. Well, 25 leaves 107, he wants the ball.
Van Veen for 4-0. Oh, he's way off, hits 5.
Yeah, totally over-pitched. So 1-2 for James.
The one is hit.
Surely it's a good marker.
It is a good marker. Mace was right. And Van Veen is broken back for the first time. He's still a break up. It's 3-1 to Ian Van Veen here on talkSPORT 2 at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. The first of the quarter-finals. 3-1 the score. One more leg and then we have our first comfort break at the Winter Gardens.
Yes, he needed that. It was a great dart, because had he missed there, Van Veen would have come back and mopped up and would have been 4-0 up. As it is, James couldn't get within 1.
But there's Kian's first maximum of the evening. To try and pressurise the Wade throw this time.
100.
Ton from Wade, so 3 perfect darts so far in this leg, but there's not a fourth. He's just pitched underneath the red bit, not once but twice, so he comes down to the 19s, Gian, and picks off 57. Nicely done, just to keep the impetus up in this leg against James Wade of Aldershot.
140.
Good leg from James. 140 ton, 140 down to 121 after 9.
How much pressure can Van Veen apply from 2-2? Plenty. 140 scored himself, but Wade gets first dibs at a finish. Okay, 101 left. Treble 17 leaves the ball. It's a single 17, 84 left.
Yeah, Van Veen is coming back at a very doable 84 for 4-1.
Triennial require 84.
So treble 20 for double 12 is the general way of doing it. Treble 20's hit 2 darts at double 12 for a 4-1 lead for Gian van Veen, which he achieves, and James Wade just pulls a funny face, juts out the bottom lip and starts practicing as Gian van Veen makes for the exit for the moment to take a comfort break. The young Dutchman in this quarter-final leads by 4 legs to 1. And we'll be back with the next mini session here on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel at the PDC 2025 World Matchplay. Thank you. Final time at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool, and Gian van Veen, the unseeded Dutch youngster, is 4-1 up in a race to 16 against James Wade. Remember, it's getting tougher and tougher as you go deeper into the match play. So he's only a quarter of the way there, effectively, Gian van Veen. We got somebody asking what was Gian's car, asking what was the average of Gian in the first session. Well, Gian van averaged 94.62 to James 91.9.
Yeah, but when you look at that 94.62 for Van Veen, the efficiency on the doubles has been key. 4 from 7. James has had 5 more darts at a double, but he's 1 from 12. The power scoring is all coming from Wade at the moment. 8-3, he leads the 140 plus column.
So James Wade, who's been pretty terrific on all aspects of his darts, just power scoring, finishing, keeping up with his opponent. probably for the first time in this tournament, just feeling a little bit of heat. See how he can handle it.
It always felt like this was going to be maybe not necessarily his toughest test, because Vessel Nyman is a very similar type of player, and he got the better of him. I'm trying to see the initial early scores. Yeah, James Wade went into a lead early, didn't he? Because he was fabulous against Joe Cullen in the early stages of that match.
Was he? Yeah, he was just...
Yeah, so he's never really faced this situation in this tournament so far. But like I said right at the top, he'll have fond memories of playing Van Veen from being behind, because he was 4-0 down in that Players' Championship he went on to win and reeled off 6 on the spin. But he can't win 6 on the spin in this session, because they're only going to be playing 5 legs. But he needs to make a move, and he needs to make a move now, because it's very, very hard.
Well, having just hit a maximum weight in his previous visit, and you heard our referee Hugh Ware calling it, and then follows it up with the trebleless visit of 59.
Yeah, it's very hard just clawing players of this quality back. And although it's a very long race to 16, it soon goes by. 4 18s and ball for James. There's the single, needs a treble. Doesn't get it, will stay there. Only 54, trebleless again, he can't believe it. Well, Van Veen's already had a go at this 1-3-2 and missed the ball.
Looking at the bullseye, hits 25 again, so treble 19, hits single 7, and then hits single 5. A little bit of a bag of nails from Gian van Veen there.
68, so he went for treble 16 for double 10. 12 now leaves tops. Has he worked this out? Certainly looks like it. 15 dart, breaker throw for James Wade, and way more clinical.
The first time he's hit tops properly. Pretty much every dart before that he's aimed at tops has been underpitched and been a good half an inch below the target.
Well, he had darts at tops in legs 1, 2 and 3.
So with that break of throw, it's back to 4-2.
And leg 4, he had multiple darts at double. Eventually got over the line in 18 darts on double 2, wasn't it? After leaving 5.
60.
Well, he's got a chance here on his own throw, Wade, so it's 4-2. Wade with the darts in this 7th leg.
Van Veen's looked a little bit ragged.
58.
In this session, definitely. He's only 77 average in these early stages of this second session of the match.
And that's something that, you know, you've got to get used to, because darts now is all on commercial television, so you've got to get used to breaks. Back in the day, we'd play 7 sets at the embassy without a break. At my age now, I don't know how we used to do it.
Well, you can occasionally take cigarette breaks like Bristow and Wilson, like
we were
talking about the other day.
Well, yeah, that went a long time ago on stage, as did the drinking.
It did. And now they get bottles of water, which they can't open.
Yeah.
Wade on 208. Van Veen way back on 302 after 9 darts. He is struggling in this second session, the youngster. And Wade pops in a very nice 140, squeezing the 3rd dart into the treble to take him down to a 2-dart kill.
11th 140. Van Veen still on 3. That has got to begin to play a part in this match. If James gets his doubling sorted, he wins the game. Simple as that.
And he is starting to get his doubling sorted, because 68 was taken out quite clinically with treble 16, double 10, 4-3. But Van Veen, who had a dreadful last leg, suddenly finds a maximum, his second of the night.
Yeah, legs 6 and 7 were both finished on 68, just different ways. Have some of that, James Wade says to Van Veen.
Back-to-back maxes to start this leg. Van Veen still in the red bit, but the 5th dart drifts into single 5, and then he gets a bounce out, so he only ends up with 65. What can Wade do with his second visit? The cheer will tell you. That cheer will tell you. And that cheer indicates that he's on a 9-darter.
And he's had plenty of them in his career, that's for sure.
Van Veen doing his best to keep pace, but it's all about the machine.
Can he hit a 12th 9-dart finish? James.
Small 20 is what he starts with. So that particular quest is over. Now it's about winning the leg. And as Mace has said many times, we've seen it all too often that a player that's on a 9 doesn't get the 9 and then somehow manages to contrive to lose the leg. Because here's Van Veen wanting 156.
It's on. Treble 20. Oh, doesn't get the second to have a go at double 18. Does leave it handy though.
He's got to go this. 86 for Wade. Single 18 hit. And another one to leave the bull. Brilliant shot, James Wade. Breaks back and it's levels your Devils at 4-4.
Well, we fancied a response from James Wade and we've got one. And he is pumped.
Oh, yes, it matters. Don't you worry about that. And now he has the darts as we're back all square to start leg 9. And again, he very nearly let that leg slip, having been on a 9-darter and failing at the 7th dart.
Well, this session, James Wade averaging 108 to Van Veen's 87.
93.
Big treble 18 from Van Veen there, needed that just to give himself a foothold in this 9th leg. Wade, his first dart's looking really good, typically. Like Gurney's was a couple of nights ago against Price, his first dart invariably was really good. He didn't always follow it up as much as he should have done.
Well, Van Veen's game is pretty much based off that opening dart. If it's off, then he tends to struggle. His match average at the moment, Van Veen, down at 91.
Meanwhile, another 140 casually put in by Wadey.
Yeah, his 12th. Van Veen still stuck on 3.
But there's another max for the Dutchman.
But he does move on to 3 180s to Wade's 4.
So Wade will get down to a finish of 80, but there's a big fish in the offing. Can Gian reel it in, Mace?
No. Wade will be back to incredibly lead the match. The thing that happens in this type of match play, if you lose one session 4-1, you try and win the next one 4-1, which is at least what James Wade's going to do. This series of leg stands cannot be ignored. 15, 14, 12, 14 darts, 3 180s in that spell through legs 6 to 9. Very, very impressive.
And now his average in this mini session is nudging 110. The darts look like they're landing really nicely in the board.
Clean, aren't they?
Another 140. Van Veen with a flatter lie of the dart when they hit the board.
85.
Only 85 for him.
Yeah, he's feeling us. He's feeling this from James Wade. James Wade's can be an intimidating opponent. He's very hard to rattle.
136.
Pulls the occasional face, but that's about it. He doesn't really get involved with his opponent.
No, he won't even look at you.
So Van Veen trying to hold throw
59.
before the next comfort break. You would venture to suggest that he needs this comfort break now as much as Wade needed the comfort break at 4-1 down.
Correct.
83.
Only 83 for Wadey.
Down to 142 though. Van Veen back on 274. Wade leads 5 legs to 4. If you just join us, please give us a thumbs up, hit that like button, and if you're not subscribed, hit that button as well. We appreciate the support. Big one from Wadey. Single 20. Got to be careful here. Rescues the situation. He says to himself, rubbish. But he is down to 61 with Van Veen on 178. He's going to be a lot lower. He's going to be on tops.
138. James
That's exactly what he's done. He's got himself down to tops, but 61 for Wade. 25 scored for double 18. He's inside double 9. He's got it for 6-4. 5 straight legs for James Wade. A clean sweep in this mini session. We were a bit concerned about him at the start, but we needn't have been. Now it's Gian van Veen who needs the breather, because the machine and 2007 winner leads 6-4 in a race to 16. Back shortly on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel and talkSPORT 2. Wonderfully appointed position, side stage in the Empress Ballroom. We're looking on as the quarter-finalists. Gian van Veen and James Wade are back on stage throwing some practice darts. What a last session for James Wade. 4-1 down at the first mini break. He then reeled off the next 5 legs, Chris Mason, in spectacular fashion to lead 6-4.
Yeah, 180 in leg 6, 15 dart breaker throw, 14 dart hold, leg 7, leg 8, where we thought we were going to get a 9. Back-to-back 180 is a 12 dart breaker throw, leg 9, 14 dart hold, and then that 15th leg, that 10th leg was a 15 dart breaker throw. And we will now play our next 5 legs. And James has the momentum. That average was 107.36 in that session. His match average is 99.24. So he's creeping up towards his tournament average, and we know he's got this in the locker, because we've seen signs of this time and time again just at this match play. He has had his last 4 matches on that stage, he's not averaged below 100. Beating Ross Smith last year in the quarters, he averaged over 100. He averaged over 102 in that defeat to Luke Humphries, 16-10.
And he sorted his doubling out because his first 12 darts didn't connect. So he was 0% from his first 12 attempts at a double. Now he's 33% because he's 6 from 18. And Wade starts this next session with a maximum. This is why they call him the machine.
Yeah, and you underestimate him at your peril. He's a serious reactive player. And he'd have seen that he was underdog going into this, and he would have laughed. And he's potentially on. Oh, he just misses the 6th dart to be on another 9.
Still haven't seen a 9 here this year. We had a 9 darter last year in round 1 when Dimitri van den Berg
56.
popped one in against Martin Schindler. And we've seen a dart missed for a 9 by Andrew Gilding and Stephen Bunting. They've both come close this year. Bunty's up next.
Well, both have missed the double, haven't they?
Yep. Bunty's up next against Jonny Clayton in the second quarter-final.
Well, at the moment, Van Veen's just being
95.
out-muscled and out-manoeuvred. Single 10 and tops for Wadey. Middle of the single 10 gives you so much confidence. And that is an 11-dart hold. He's just becoming unplayable, and he has been unplayable in spells in this tournament.
Well, Gian must have thought he was in dreamland getting off to a start where he was 4-1 up. But since then, Wade has been irresistible.
100.
Starts with a ton, but he's still just slightly ahead of Van Veen after that first visit. 4-2-1 for the young Dutchman.
57.
Remember, Wade knows what it takes to win this thing.
Yep.
And he's got to the final 5 times since winning it and lost all 5 of those finals.
Well, we're trying to work out how many times that
100.
Van Veen would have played a match this long, and there isn't very many.
No, because a standard European Tour or Pro Tour event, the final, it's first to 8 legs.
Yeah, the rest of the matches, well, first to 7 in the semi, and then for the majority of the matches, a race to 6. That's the same on the European Tour.
100.
A
Of
reminder
course,
that
the Grand Prix, which he's won, is sets and legs.
Yep.
But double start.
But a reminder that this is first to 16. Van Veen pops in a maximum. He needs to hold throw here, I fancy, just to give himself a bit of a pep talk. But Wadey piling in from 201 and hits a lovely 172 treble 20s and a ball. Scoreboard pressure.
Exactly. what
Double
it was.
16 for Van Veen. 1 dart missed. And a second dart on the outside.
Well, I'm not going to put that down to scoreboard pressure because it buckled the wire. It just wouldn't go in. Double 10 for 8-4 for Wade. Of course he finds it. 14 dart. Break a throw. 2 missed darts at a double for Gian van Veen. Allows James Wade in.
And now he's not missing a double at all. Having got nowhere near in the initial stages, now he's perfection on the outer ring.
7 legs on the spin for James Wade. Remember, going into our first mini break, he was 4-1 down.
If ever Gian van Veen needed a test of character, he's just been presented with one.
With Van Veen, let's have it right, it's not playing badly. He's averaging 93. It's 4 out of 9 on the doubles when he gets a chance. But the problem is, when you're Wade is scoreboard pressure, which you called spot on dance, that does work. For those that maybe have never played this game at this level on this stage, I can assure you, scoreboard pressure is a thing.
Oh, I apply my own scoreboard pressure when I play.
And he has the pressure, of course, of trailing after leading. That creates its own bit of anxiety.
And shades of that comeback that you mentioned, Wadey mounting on Gian earlier in the season.
Yep, in a Players' Championship, which was a much shorter race. He was 4-0 down in a race to 6.
8-4, the score in favour of James Wade. So he's halfway to the semi-finals. Oh, another maximum incoming, maybe. You betcha.
Well, the one area that most felt that Van Veen would dominate is the 180s, but James has a canny way in these types of matches of standing the stats on their head. Double 10 for a 14 darter. Oh, he's missed a double.
I know, what's going on?
Oh.
Just a brief respite for that double 10 bed before it's pierced by the Wadey dart.
9 legs on the spin.
85.
And it's enough to make your head spin if you're his opponent.
Yeah, exactly that. All sorts of is going around your brain. All some crazy thoughts and
57.
negativity and everything else that goes with that.
He's not showing it. He's not shaking his head and cursing his luck like a Raymond van Barneveld would do in that situation. We've seen Barney questioning his own ability up there when it's not going quite the way he would want. But Gian's not really, he's good poker face up there, in fairness to him.
Yeah, he's doing all the right things. And listen, we've already seen him this week win a game where early on you could tell he wasn't at his best, but he found a way.
134.
James Wade has been averaging over 100 for quite some time in this match, and it's just so hard to get yourself back in. Another max from Wade. He shouldn't make any difference in this leg because that takes him to 2-2-4. Van Veen on 1-4-8. Single 20, single 20. Oh, that treble 20 was big because he's down to a single to double finish of 48. So should get his first chalk on the board
60.
because he has lost 9 on the spin.
This is big for me. Double 16. Good clutch finish. Back to 9-5. That's Gian van Veen's first leg in an eternity.
And it will feel like it. James Wade now, and this is something he's very good at, is just holding throw. He will now put his mindset into, if there's a breaker throw to be had, I'll take it, thank you very much, but you're not going to break my throw. And he starts with another max, his 8th of the match. Twice as many as the power scorer, that's Gian van Veen.
275, 180s. Is he going to be 276? Sure is. 9 darter on again for the machine.
Yeah, it was on it in leg 8. Missed the 7th dart.
Van Veen tries to get one of his own, ends up with 135. Wadey on again. Just misses treble 20 again. The 7th dart is the one where it all comes to an end.
I think he was caught in between there. He knows he should have gone for the ball to leave 76 so he could potentially go treble 20, double 8 or 20-16 in his favoured tops.
Double 18 for James Wade for 10-5 at the break. There it is. What another great clutch finish we've seen there. Saw it from Van Veen in the last leg, but 96 points taken out with a minimum of fuss by a player playing at his maximum. James Wade averaged 111 in that mini session. Van Veen did win a leg, but it's now 10-5 in a race to 16 in favour of the 2007 match play champion James Wade. The next mini session comes shortly on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel and your home of darts on the radio, talkSPORT 2.
DAB+, online, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker.
Give.
Tussle of the Tungsten PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025. Strap yourselves in for this one, live on talkSPORT 2.
Quarter-finals at the World Matchplay Darts at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. And whether it's darts on the radio or darts on the tube that you're tuned into, what you're listening to is a performance from James Wade since the first mini session where he looked a little out of sorts. Since then, absolutely mesmeric stuff from the machine to lead 10-5 when he was 4-1 down, reading off, what was it, 7 legs in a row, was it, Mace? Or was it
9?
9 legs in a row, averaging over 100 for the match, 111 average in that last mini session. I mean, Mace, it's just great stuff.
The session leg 6 to and including leg 10, he averaged 107.36. Van Veen was averaging nearly 94. Legs 11 through to and including leg 15, James Wade's session average there, 111.48. And credit to Gian van Veen, he upped his game massively. He averaged over 100 himself in that session and only managed the single leg.
So I imagine that Van Veen will have given himself a pretty stiff talking to back there.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's come out, he's played better. He did miss 2 darts at a double in leg 12, which he ultimately lost. That was for a hold of throw. But the sequence of legs in that session from James, leg 11, an 11 darter, leg 12, 14, leg 13, a 15. Gian van Veen chips in with a 14 darter in leg 14, and yet again James was on a 9 and went out in 11.
So Van Veen with the darts in this 11th leg. And for the second time in a row, he picks off 6 19s coming down to the bottom of the board. Lovely cover shot from Van Veen. Wade's looking to do the same. Not quite, drifts into treble 7 with his last dart.
Took a horrible deflection there. So Van Veen looking good here. Starting on the 19s. He's looking to hit 7 of them, which he does to leave a 2 dart ton. James Wade will also start on 19s from 303. He wants to hit at least 7 of them. But, well, he's got 1 in, 1 just on the wire. Couldn't get another treble 19 to leave 170, so the pressure off this shot.
100 required for Van Veen, 80 left. Does he go tops? No, he goes treble 16 for double 16. Lovely outshot from Van Veen. And so he takes the 16th leg and it's back to 10-6, but this is the Wade throw. Ooh, awkward second dart. Still goes for the treble 20 with the third, with the bed almost completely blocked and couldn't find it. A lot of crisp and Snapchat going on the YouTube chat room. Don't know why it's drifted into that.
96.
You are watching the darts, right, on the chat room on YouTube, rather than talking about knick-knacks and prawn cocktail. Thank you, incidentally. There's over 15,000 of you that have subscribed to the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. We're so grateful to you for your custom, and we'll reward you, continue to reward with loads of great content on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube
There's always
channel.
content being added by Harry, of course, who does some features and interviews with players and guests like myself, so there's always going to be dart content popping up on the channel, so please do subscribe and like, and of course you will get alerted when new content is added. And don't forget, we're also doing reviews and previews throughout the week.
Yes, our review of tonight's action will go up on YouTube in the morning and prepare you nicely for what's to come tomorrow night on talkSPORT 2 in the YouTube channel, where the other 2 quarterfinals, Gilding against Littler and Price against Rock, will take place.
Well, we'll just wait to answer a question on the chat while we watch James Wade miss the ball to leave tops. 70 left, treble 10, which he finds will be back at tops, because Van Veen is back on 190. Good
first start though from Van Veen. Can't follow it up. Ends up just with a ton, but this should be regulation the way that Wade's been taking doubles. Oh, you're under pitches. Double 10 then on the wire. It's got to go this for James Wade, and it has. Just moved along the hockey, slicked across to the left-hand side, found it, bit of a fist bump, and then a puff of the cheeks.
Yeah, it was more relief, wasn't it? And a rare leg for James Wade. He's only needed that 6th turn twice in the match. That was in leg 4, where he missed 6 or 7 darts at a double, went out in 18 darts, and that leg there. Someone asked what my favourite crisp. I do like a packet of Watsits. I presume they're still a crisp, or are they a snack? I'm not sure.
That's a debate for the ages. That.
Yeah. But I'm not massive. I do like peanuts.
There's a classic talkSPORT clip where Mike Parry talks about peanuts, but I've got to be very careful how I say that because of the way he said it. Said it far too quickly. Does that give you an idea?
Yes.
Good.
2 treble 20s for Van Veen. Can't find the max, the 180 column, 9-4 in favour of Wade. The score column, 11-6 in legs to Wade.
I like a bacon rasher.
Oh, right, yeah. Pork scratchings are elite level pub snack.
That's what you know all about that.
Yeah.
Being a publican yourself. Van Veen trying to get down from 179. Well, he's down to a finish of 120. Wade's back on 244. So this session isn't quite as intense or as electric as the previous ones. In fact, Wade's average is way down on what it's been, giving Van Veen a chance to at least keep pace with the Englishman. Down to 80 left, and went for treble 16 to lead double 16 like he did before. But
Yeah,
he'll
he's left 64, Wade on 163, so no finish. Yeah, he's just sort of come off the pace a bit here. I'm not sure if Wade is having a bit of a breather, or maybe he's just sort of running out of steam.
64 left, 2 16s leave double 16. Brilliantly done from Gian van Veen.
And again, this is what Wade is craftily good at. If the match is just going to stay at this pace, he will just continue to roll out 18 dart holds of throws. He's not fussed one bit. He will then only go up another gear if Van Veen goes up another gear.
He's been around long enough, James Wade, to understand the psychology of leg play, set play.
Yeah, never quite mastered it at the Worlds. Multiple semi-finals, of course, but never really been a happy hunting ground. It's hard to think a player who's had this much success and been in so many finals has never made a world final. Maybe he's going to be a late bloomer. Don't forget, Peter Wright didn't win his first until he was 49. And
he told us he was going to win it as well, snakebite. And he told us he was going to win this a few months later, and he did that as well. Proper soothsayer was Peter Wright. Now there's a chance here for Van Veen to trouble the Wade throw. It's 11-7 in favour of Wade.
This is one of my favourite kind of silly comments. When does this young potential actually start needing to win? Because he's, 24 now, so you keep saying young, but he's not winning anything. He's won on the Pro Tour twice. If you think it's easy, get yourselves a Q school in January and let me know how you get on. Hi chaps, Chris. The phrase horses for courses is apt for James at the match play. Would you agree? Very much so, Ian. Spot on, bang on the money. Course and distance specialist.
Van Veen trying to come down from 167. Gets down to a 2-dart kill. Wade wants tops for 12-7. Yes, of course he gets it. Of course he gets it. Playing some really good stuff, and he's averaging this little mini session creeping back up. He's keeping that 5-leg gap between himself and Van Veen here. 12-7 the score on talkSPORT 2 and the YouTube channel.
Again, talent without experience is just potential, isn't it? That's all it is, and you've got to give players the chance to grow and play these types of matches, which they don't do.
140.
I mean, what a learning curve for Gian van Veen, because the match play is an endurance event, and people would laugh and you say, endurance, darts, give over. Just
they'd have been here 3, maybe 4 hours before. They'd have practiced for a good 3 hours. And it's the pressure. It's psychological torture up there. It's one-on-one. There's no hiding place. You can't play safe. You can't sort of, like if you're playing football, you can almost go missing for a while.
Van Veen to hold throw. 62 left. Treble 10. Oh, he's hit 15 by mistake.
That's okay. With Wade back on 210, no damage done. I said Wade will just go into this cycle of holds. He is not fussed one bit. He knows how to do this. He's made a career out of it. A career that's amassed, well, nearly 5 million just in prize money, never mind Premier Leagues and everything else like that.
Well, Van Veen takes that leg with consummate ease, but James Wade still in front. And as Chris Mason's rightly said, all he's got to do is just keep holding throw, and he's going to get over the line. But will it be in the next session? It's 12-8 in a race to 16. Wade in front against Van Veen. Bunting against Clayton to come after this, with Paul Nicholson and Laura Turner. All bringing the next 5 legs here on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel here at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. Winter Gardens in Blackpool, quarter-finals underway in the World Matchplay Darts for 2025. James Wade leads 12-8 against Gian van Veen and has the darts at the start of this next session, where they will only break now if Van Veen stages a terrific comeback and we end up at 15 apiece, Mace.
Yes. Now the standard did drop off there a bit for James. He averaged 92 in that session, and Van Veen averaged pretty much 100. But James Wade only lost that session 3-2. That's just the way he can manufacture legs on throw.
A reminder, loads of live sport over the weekend. The second test, British and Irish Lions against Australia from Melbourne. 10 a.m. Saturday morning on talkSPORT. The Euros final for the women in Switzerland, England against Spain. Our build-up starts at 3 o'clock on talkSPORT Sunday afternoon. kick-off at 5, and then we are on air on 8 o'clock on the Sunday night with the final of the match play, but we're here every night at 8 o'clock on talkSPORT 2 in the Darts YouTube channel for the rest of the quarterfinals and the semi-finals before the big night on Sunday. And let's not forget the Women's World Matchplay on Sunday afternoon too. But here we are at 12-8. Wade looking to hold throw.
Yeah, gets treble 18 to leave 50. Van Veen 164. Gets one treble 19, needs another. Oh, just skims into the treble 3, and it's literally right next door on the upright bit of wire that separates the two trebles.
10 for tops for James Wade. The 10 is hit. Tops just over the top. And then he hits double top. His doubling percentage was at 0% after 12 attempts. After 30 attempts, it's now at 43%, James Wade. 13 from 30. Van Veen starts the next leg with a maximum.
James Wade will not care a jot.
Yeah, because Van Veen is simply running out of time to break throw.
Yep.
Wade only needs 3 more legs to advance. Van Veen misses with the 4th dart in the quest for a 9, but a couple of lovely treble 19s picked off.
You can almost see that James Wade not totally switches off, but is that you crack on, lad. Mace, if he was Matt Porter, would Wadey be a regular in the Premier League? The geezer is gold dust to me. Yeah, but they've got to earn their spot, and well, it's been a while since you would consider it, but you'd certainly be considering James Wade now. Or he could ultimately be in automatically if he can get up to 4th in the world. I don't think he can get to 3rd, but I think he can get to 4th.
That's where Bunting is at the moment.
Yes. And that's going to be hard for him to overtake Bunting, because Bunting seems to be going deep in everything he plays in at the moment.
And he's up next against Jonny Clayton for the second quarter final tonight. And the winner of this plays the winner of that, for those that are wondering how the draw works. Van Veen wants double 10 and gets it to take it back to 13-9. So again, a 4-leg gap. But now he's got to find a way of breaking the Wade throw 3 times to give himself a ghost of a chance of the most extraordinary comeback. Only 60 for Wade, but Van Veen can't find a treble himself.
59.
So there's an initial opportunity gone, mate.
Yeah, but he's being forced to try too hard. But James Wade now 5 darts without a treble, and he's in trouble because Van Veen here could comfortably steal the leg. But he is not finding the trebles either. Big 20. Well, he eventually finds treble 18 on cover, but the damage could have been a lot more. Wadey was 31 points adrift on throw, but now he's found a couple of treble 20s. Normal service is resumed, Dance.
Didn't take long. Van Veen, it is that first dart that he's desperately searching for.
Yeah, when he's at his absolute best, when that first dart is consistently finding the treble 20, his ability to follow is what has made him hard to beat and got him up to the ranking position where he is.
55 for Wade. Again, opening the door a touch for Van Veen to try and take advantage. Should get a ton plus score here. Indeed, he gets a 140, so the chance is on for the break, most definitely for Van Veen.
Yeah, he's down to 110. Wadey 186, leads 13-9, single 20, makes a beautiful adjustment to find the treble, but I say, but needs another. He gets another. So here's your chance, Van Veen. 110.
So treble 20, no, 90 left. Gets the treble 20, so he's going to go for double 15 to break the throw, and he's inside. And the chance is gone. Tops for Wade. Just over the top. Great marker. Oh, he's not used it.
Wow, he can't believe it. He's even going up and giving it a long stare.
Double 15 was just inside, so he's got 15 left. 3 for double 6 for Gian van Veen. At 3 o'clock on the board. Oh, he's inside by a good inch.
Wow, 2 wild darts, giving Wadey a chance he didn't think he'd be getting.
Inside 20s and 10s, Mace.
It's gone back to missing doubles. Remarkable turnaround.
What a reprieve for Gian van Veen, but he's got double 3 now, the most difficult double right at the bottom of the board. Oh, he's made light work of that. What am I saying? Most difficult double on the board. It's probably one of the least practiced doubles on the board.
Well, it's even harder when you're about 6'3", 6'4", like Van Veen.
But that's a break.
It is.
13-10 the score, first to 16. And Van Veen pops in a maximum, emboldened by that scrappy win in the last leg, getting himself out on double 3.
Yeah, and a real big reaction from Van Veen. Is he feeling something? Because Wadey here is averaging just 77 in the 3 legs we've played since we completed leg 20.
And there's a second maximum from Van Veen. He's on a 9-darter now.
By comparison, Van Veen averaging 107.10 over the last 3 legs, and that includes the long last one.
141 then, here we go. No, a single 20 only for Van Veen, but hits the bullseye, keeps his focus. And where's the 3rd dart going?
Treble 13, yeah, just misses it, leaves 58.
I can't believe for a moment that James Wade is gassed at this point.
Well, he's looking it, isn't he? He is looking gassed. Remember that match in the Grand Slam many moons ago against Scott Waits. He was 8-2 up.
Van Veen misses double 10, but he's got so much time to clean this up because Wadey's back on 3-2-3 after 9 darts.
No damage done even off of this visit. He's going to be nowhere near a finish, down to 2-2-8. He is looking like he's fading, and fading fast at the moment, Wade.
Whilst Van Veen pins double 10 with that dart for a 13 dart hold, and he's back within 2 of James Wade, but the machine starts this next leg with a treble 20.
And the problem for Wadey, you're not going to get off that stage unless it goes to 15-15. But that's a long way away.
So 120-35 scored from Van Veen, just to get half a dart ahead of Wade at the start of this 25th leg.
Great adjustment from Wade after a blocker on dart 1. Only gets a ton, down to 280, 266 Van Veen. Van Veen still trails 13-11, but he is on a bit of a run here and a bit of a roll, because Wadey is rocking.
280 plays 226 in favour of Van Veen. Wade looking for at least a ton here. Oh, lovely last start on treble 18. Beautifully hit to leave him on a finish of 146. But Van Veen piling down from 226. He's going to get down to at least a 2-dart kill, is he? Yeah, 140 scored, 86 left. Wow, Wade was looking from 146. He needed another treble 20. Couldn't get it. Lovely pick off a treble 14. What a chance for Van Veen to break again. 86, Chris Mason.
Yeah, to get within 1. Treble 18. Found 2 darts at double 16. 1 left.
Oh, he's just missed. Wired it. Can't believe his luck.
A lifeline for Wade. Although he's a long way off the double 12, well inside.
Pins the double 6 though, and he's only 2 away. James Wade leads 14-11. Holds the throw. That's all he's trying to do at this point.
Yeah. He just looks gassed.
140.
Van Veen still looks like he's full of beans.
Oh yes.
And Wade, I wonder whether, as you say, he's just hit a 140 match Van Veen, whether he's just thinking,
well, maybe you're getting a second wind, who knows? No pun intended.
no.
96.
Well, James Wade will want to get the happy bus home tonight. You won't want to be on the misery train. Trebleless visit there of 45.
And that is a sign of someone who's just finding it almost impossible to concentrate, and that's maybe not through physical fatigue, it's mental fatigue. Remember, he trailed 4-1, he had a torrid start to this match, and then just ground and grafted to get a big lead, which is slowly but surely getting pegged back.
170 for Van Veen. Can he reel in the big fish? No, because he hits a single 20. Back in the red bit with his next dart, though. 98 scored, so down to a 2-dart kill when he comes back.
Yeah, James Wade still averaging in this session, for the last 5 legs he's averaged 83.
Yeah.
So that just shows you how big a drop off his level has been.
Double 16 for Van Veen, but he's only got 1 dart at it. Oh, he needs it and he gets it. And then you heard that little yelp from Van Veen as he pinned it. 14-12 on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel in this first quarter-final. Wade's throw starts with a ton.
Yeah, he's 2 away, James Wade, and these are going to be 2 very, very tough legs to find.
He got a turn. Can Van Veen match it or better it? Matches it. Nip and tuck at the start of this leg. Leg 27. And another ton from Wade. The silence in the crowd, just waiting for the next flashpoint.
Yeah. Where and when is it going to be?
57.
Oh, trebleless visit. An unwelcome trebleless visit for Van Veen. But then Wade drifts into treble 1. Great readjustment with dart 2.
83.
83 will have to do. Van Veen, the taller man, pops in a treble 20 at the start of this visit. Can only follow it with 2 singles though, has to make do with a ton. So he's still slightly behind Wade after 9 darts apiece here, Mace. Wade's going to get down to a finish.
Oh, the low one, 78.
Perfect time to pop in a 140 there.
It feels like he is just going to fall over the line, doesn't it?
Yep. And that's 22 140 plus scores for James Wade.
6 more than his opponent. 54 is found. 2 darts at double 12.
Just dropped that first dart and he hits single 12. Double 6, he's pinned this before, and he pins it again to go within 1 leg of the semi-finals and allows himself a little fist pump.
A real big reaction from James. He knows now that, well, he's going to get a few chances just to try and get over the line. It has been a brilliant performance.
So 15-12, only 1 more leg needed for James Wade, the 2007 matchplay champion, to get through to the last 4. What's Van Veen got left in his tank?
The average is now 96.8 Wade, 98.07 for Van Veen, but he just couldn't compete with Wade in that incredible session from leg 6 onwards.
So 305 Van Veen plays 3-4-1 Wade. Van Veen with a very handy 137.
Yeah, it takes him down to 168. Only a 180 would take Wade, or a 177 either way. 3 big trebles, and he's actually, well, he was trebleless, but picks up treble 18 on cover. So it's not, I don't think it's going to happen this leg, Dance.
No, well, this leg doesn't concern him in many ways. Van Veen's the one that's got that desperation to get everything right from this point on. He's got no margin for error anymore. Gian van Veen gets himself down to double 16 after 12 darts. So he should get back within 2 once again. And then the next leg will just be tension, tension, tension. There it is, double 16 from Gian van Veen. Wade on throw, needs 1 more leg to win.
What Wade's got to try and do here is well, force Van Veen to find a 12-darter, because you pretty much know for sure Wade's going to be in and around 13, 14 or 15.
And Wade started with a steady ton. Van Veen struggling to find a treble in his first visit, but
96.
ends up picking off a treble 19, which he needed. Wade just under pitches with his next start, but a lovely cover on treble 19. A single 19, but the darts look like they're landing so well for Wade. So pure, the way they're entering the board. Van Veen, 2 darts under pitch, tricep muscle kicking in,
60.
not allowing it to release the dart at the right point, ends up with a plain 60.
Yeah, and all underneath the treble 20. James Wade, no such damn, 2 treble 20s. Tries to fill it, knowing that, I mean, he could have gone for a ball hit at 25 to leave 160, but Van Veen, even if he hits a 1-8, he's on 165.
And that's exactly what he's done, so they're completely level in this leg. But Wade gets first go at trying to get down to a finish from 165, and he's hit 120, 45 left, leaves himself on tops for the match. What pressure can Van Veen apply from the same scoreline of 165?
Well, if he hits another treble 19, which he's done, he leaves double 16.
For the match, James Wade wants tops underneath, double 10 to go through to the semi-finals. On the wire on the outside, 1 dart left in hand, and that's the dart that takes James Wade through to the semi-finals of the World Matchplay, and he is overjoyed by overthrowing Gian van Veen, the unseeded Dutchman. Gave him a fright by coming back at him. Wade was spectacular in the mid-session of that game, winning 16-13 in the end. His average tonight under 100, but who cares about averages? That's what he said. What he cares about is being in the last 4 of the World Matchplay darts, Chris Mason.
Yeah, trailed 4-1, reeled off 9 on the spin, and he's, you can see, he's absolutely relieved to get that done. It's unusual that James Wade engages with a player, but he's having a good chat on stage and congratulating Gian van Veen on what was a real brave performance. He tried and tried and tried, but he's a wily old player, is James Wade. So much experience. Ended with a 96-35, 99-24 for Van Veen. Just all round a proper match play.
Quick word on Van Veen. Makes it through to this stage in his second match play appearance. Lots more to come from this fella.
Well, let's do a comparison. This is James Wade's 20th World Matchplay. This is Van Veen's second. He's reaching the quarters and he's losing with a 99-24. Yes, he would have loved to have won. A lot of people expected him to win. I wasn't one of them. I fancied Wade in that match from the very off.
So Wade is through, winning 16-13, and he will find out his semi-final opponent over the course of the next hour or so here on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, because next up it is Stephen Bunting against Jonny Clayton, England versus Wales, in another quarter-final to decide who plays the machine in the last 4 on Saturday evening. So stay tuned for Paul Nicholson and Laura Turner, who will guide you through the bullet against the ferret next up. But James Wade is through, beating Gian van Veen 16 legs to 13.